Arsenal want to make Eberechi Eze their 7th summer signing, on one condition. Arsenal have set their sights on landing Eberechi Eze to cap off a busy summer of transfer business, but there is one potential snag in the club's pursuit of the Crystal Palace star. The Gunners' hierarchy may well be breathing a sigh of relief having finally got a deal over the line for Sporting striker Viktor Gyökeres, which, at one stage, appeared on the verge of collapse. The prolific Swede has now joined up with his new teammates on their preseason tour of Asia and could even be in line to make his debut on Thursday when Mikel Arteta's men take on bitter rivals Tottenham in Hong Kong. But attentions have quickly turned to a possible 7th first-team addition, namely Palace in England attacking midfielder Eze, who racked up 8 goals and 8 assists in the Premier League last season. According to The Athletic, Arsenal bosses retain a strong interest in Eze and the player himself would be keen to push through a switch north of the river this summer. However, there are some doubts and reservations over paying Eze's hefty £68 million release clause at Selhurst Park, and Arsenal may only be prepared to proceed if Palace slash their price for the 27-year-old. The report adds that any potential sales at the Emirates could, naturally, aid Arsenal's move for Eze, with the likes of Alexander Zinchenko, Albert Sambi Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, and Karl Hein all deemed surplus to requirements. It's claimed one of Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli could also be offloaded should Arsenal bring in another high-quality winger to fill the void. Eze's current contract with Palace runs through to June 2027. The England international has been with the Eagles for 6 seasons, having joined the club from QPR for a fee in the region of £17 million in 2020. In that time, Eze has found the net 39 times in all competitions for the South London outfit, with the most memorable goal of that number coming in the side's famous FA Cup victory over Manchester City in May. Eze had been in Arsenal's academy ranks as a youngster, but was released at the age of 13, going on to join Fulham, Reading and Millwall before winding up at Loftus Road. Once the transfer window closed last summer, Palace chairman Steve Parish said he was astounded that there wasn't more interest in outstanding footballer Eze. I was really worried from a club point of view of losing Michael Olise and Ebbs in the same window, and we didn't have in Ebbs the interest that I thought we would have, Paris told Sky Sports. I was astounded, genuinely astounded. I mean, the guy's just an outstanding footballer, an outstanding person. After wrapping up the signing of Gyökeres, Arteta refused to rule out the possibility that Arsenal could further strengthen before the transfer deadline. Let's see. The market is still going on and we'll have to balance out the squad as well, the Arsenal head coach told reporters. I think we'll be open to see what happens. Arteta is more than satisfied with the business that Arsenal have managed to complete thus far and believes sporting director Andrea Berta has been absolutely fantastic in the market. The Spaniard added, "We can't talk about how the processes work, but it's a decision that we take between all of us, especially with ownership, then the board, then Andrea and the scouting department, and also myself, and we were very clear on the talent that we identified in the window. But actually to deliver it is something very, very different, and I think the club has done incredibly well, Andrea and his team, they've been absolutely fantastic. So I mean, so early in the window, we already have the reinforcements that we wanted." Arsenal news: a new contract for Ethan Nwaneri reduces the urgency of Arsenal's Eberechi Eze pursuit. A new contract for Ethan Nwaneri reduces the urgency of Arsenal's pursuit of Crystal Palace attacker Eberechi Eze, but does not appear to have ended it entirely, according to The Athletic. The Gunners remain keen on recruiting the services of the England international despite signing Noni Madueke and Viktor Gyökeres, and he would be keen to move to North London. However, Palace want his £68 million release clause activated, and Arsenal have had reservations about paying the full clause for the 27-year-old. The Gunners will continue to keep tabs on Eze and will likely proceed with a concrete move for him if the Eagles should drop their asking price in the final 5 weeks of the summer transfer window. Sales would also give Arsenal a considerable boost in his pursuit, with Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli options to be sold. The Gunners are in talks with Nwaneri over a new contract, and negotiations are in the final stages as they look to secure his services for the long-term future. That could be wrapped up very soon, which would allow them to focus on other things, but a move for Eze will now likely depend on outgoings or Palace agreeing to do business for considerably less than £68 million. The Eagles have reportedly identified Leicester City attacker Bilal El Khanous as his potential replacement, but they could insist on getting top dollar for him. The Gunners have spent £200 million in recent weeks, with the recruitment of Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi and Madueke costing almost £180 million, and they may not have room to complete another big money signing this summer. Completing a deal for Eze will be huge as he is a game-changer capable of significantly improving their attack given his track record, and manager Mikel Arteta will be hoping things fall in place in the coming weeks. West Ham eyeing move to sign £34 million. Arsenal star West Ham are eyeing a summer move for Arsenal midfielder Fabio Vieira, journalist Ben Jacobs has revealed. The Hammers have reportedly added the former Portuguese U21 international to their list of potential targets as they plan several changes to Graham Potter's midfield. While no approach has been made to Arsenal yet, Vieira is expected to be available for departure this summer, having spent last season on loan at his boyhood club Porto. He has less than 2 years remaining on his contract with the Gunners, which runs until the summer of 2027. West Ham eyeing Fabio Vieira. Among midfield targets being considered according to Jacobs, West Ham are showing interest in a summer move for Vieira but have yet to approach Arsenal over the Portuguese midfielder. Vieira, who joined Arsenal for £34 million in the summer of 2022, has struggled to break into Mikel Arteta's first 11 since, making just 5 starts in the Premier League. The 25-year-old has made a total of 49 appearances for the Gunners to date, scoring 3 goals and providing 10 assists, and last played for them in April 2024. Vieira was a regular on loan at Porto last season, making 42 appearances across all competitions and registering 11 goal contributions. West Ham have so far welcomed only full-backs Kyle Walker-Peters and El Hadji Malik Diouf this summer, but are expected to speed up their rebuild after parting ways with Mohamed Kudus, who joined Tottenham for £55 million earlier this month. Arsenal have offered Leandro Trossard new deal, Belgian not signing it as he waits for exit opportunities. Arsenal had been in talks with Leandro Trossard about a contract renegotiation which would have seen him pick up an improved salary, according to The Athletic. However, the contract remains unsigned as the Gunners attacker and his new representatives are waiting to see what opportunities will come his way going forward this summer. Trossard is out of contract in 2027 and the new deal does not come with any form of extension, only improved terms. The 30-year-old Belgian joined Arsenal from Brighton and Hove Albion in January 2023, and he has not had a new contract until now. He is on the radar of Saudi Pro League clubs, who will be ready to offer him more than the North London club have tabled, and it appears he wants to take his time. The Gunners have signed Noni Madueke and remain keen on adding Crystal Palace winger Eberechi Eze to their ranks. The arrival of another attacker will affect his chances of playing regularly next season, and the club could be open to selling him if that happens. Trossard needs to make a decision on his Arsenal future as soon as possible as attempting to leave in the final days of the summer transfer window could be tricky. Al Ittihad wanted him last summer, but their approach came too late for the Gunners to source a replacement, so it was rejected. They will hope that does not happen again this summer and both parties have to quickly sort things out. Bayern Munich have been linked with Trossard, but they are closing in on a deal for Liverpool left winger Luis Diaz, and their chances of making a concrete move for his Gunners counterpart are very slim at this point. Fenerbahce also want the attacker and more suitors will likely emerge in the coming days as we approach the final month of the window.